what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bloodstreams and night stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Please be seated.
Good morning, seniors, parents, friends, and family. On behalf of the North Carolina Leadership Academy Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome you to the 2022 commencement ceremonies of the North Carolina Leadership Academy. This is our 6th graduating class here at the NCLA, and it's been an honor and privilege standing here for the last several years and watching our graduating classes grow, not only in size, but in the number of accomplishments. On behalf of the staff, administration, and the board, seniors, it is my pleasure to be the first to congratulate you on completing 13 years of education and hard work that will conclude later today with a diploma. We have a busy morning ahead of us, so again, a very warm welcome, and I hope you enjoy your morning with us celebrating the NCLA graduating class of 2022. Thank you.
Very few students can say they've achieved perfection, but again, we have these folks that, many folks that have had straight A's all 4 years of school, of our rigorous high school to bed. We are blown away by the talent in this group. However, today, we would like to honor our top 2 students. William Lee is being recognized as the salutatorian with a GPA of 4.6071. David Truey is being recognized as our valedictorian with a GPA of 4.6452. I'm reading out to the third digit there for you guys, to the 1,000th place, because that's how close it was. So congratulations, you guys. Stand for a picture, just stand real quick for a picture. Our graduation is personal. It's unlike probably any other graduation that you have been to this point. It is individual for each student. Therefore, noisemakers, horns, etc. are not permitted. Please hold your cheering and applause until after every graduate has been recognized as a courtesy to the graduate that follows yours. Thank you.
Jacob Allen.
The road for Jacob Allen to reach this point has been long and winding. There might have been times when the end seemed out of sight and out of reach, but Jacob was able to put his head down and drive through the tough path that life has presented him and emerged on the other side, ready to find his own way. While Jacob is very intelligent, his passion for other people has been what has helped him along the way. The strong bonds that have been forged throughout his time here at the NCLA have shown where his joy lies. It is fitting that his final project in forensic science was helping to create and solve an arson case as he will be taking his drive to help others to Guilford Technical Community College's Fire Academy. Katie Carpenter. Good morning, Land Fair, is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Katie. I've been blessed with her presence for the 2 of the last 3 years, and she always comes into my class with the same bright smile, phenomenal attitude, and kind greeting. I know that I told her how much it helps to jumpstart the class period for me, but she has the same generous and kind spirit towards everyone. With her infectious smile, Katie is the type of person that can truly encourage and push her peers. This kind of determination and drive will serve you well as we all send you to Appalachian State University for political science and journalism minor. Nicholas Hurst. Four baseball seasons and 3 different classes have given me plenty of time to see the growth of this young man. He's incredibly driven to succeed at everything he puts his mind to, and that is especially true with his passions. While I have plenty of great memories of Nick in the classroom, it has been my honor to help him reach new heights as a baseball player. His incredible work ethic and willingness to learn propelled him to lead our team as a player and as a mentor. He's an instrumental piece to our team's growth and family-esque atmosphere. You will be missed as you take your competitive nature and work ethic to Rockingham Community College to take engineering prep classes and to play baseball for the Eagles. Ethan Kirkman. Not only is Ethan a kind soul, but he also has a hardworking attitude when it comes to the activities that interest him. His jovial personality allows him to work well with others, and even when the assignment is tough, he continues to deliver without complaint. One of my favorite characteristics about Ethan is that when he decides he wants to accomplish something, he doesn't stop going after it. He wants to find the path to success. He wants to see a task through and prove to those around him that he's capable of doing unexpected things. We send our best wishes to you as we send you to RD Electrical Trade School for Electrical Technology, where you will continue doing and being the exception. Mia Pratt. There are a multitude of reasons why a student can stand out in your mind. Most deal with these students' inability to focus and inevitably, to be louder than their neighbors. This is not how I would remember Mia Pratt. She has a quiet calm that helps lend weight to the things that she does say. I have had the pleasure of teaching Mia for 3 of her 4 years in high school, and between her freshman and senior years, I have seen the maturation of someone who has looked at the world with timid eyes to become an individual who is confident in who they are and what they want to do with their life. Find a connection with the material and forensic science. Mia is heading to UNCG to study criminal justice, and we wish you all the best of luck.
Hallie Jenkins. Hallie is such a sweet, kind, and patient person. She stays focused and driven and works hard to accomplish her goals. She always has such a positive and calm demeanor that brings comfort to the classroom. I have such an appreciation for the commitment she showed in my class and her willingness to push herself. We are so proud of you and wish you the best of luck at UNC Charlotte. Lauren Manis. Lauren has a way of making everyone around her feel comfortable, encouraged, and supported. She's the kind of person who thinks of others before thinking of herself and never hesitates to celebrate others' success over her own. Lauren is such a kind, hardworking, and bright person and is one of the students I look forward to seeing every day. When she makes the decision to overcome an obstacle, she commits to doing everything she can to do that and does so with grace. We are so proud of you and wish you the best of luck at GTCC. Bridget Palmer. Bridget is a student I could always count on to walk into class every day with a positive outlook and bright smile on her face. She approaches every day with such an outstanding attitude. Her work ethic was the force that drove her to flourish in class. Her willingness to encourage and support others is effortless, and I can confidently say that Bridget will be an excellent leader in any field she decides to pursue. We are so proud of you and wish you the best of luck at UNC Wilmington.
Jaden DeWall. I have known Jaden since I taught her in 6th grade. She has always been very quiet in class, but loud on the softball field, or at least loud when singing on the bus. She is a versatile athlete who is a top state cross-country runner. Jaden also has a great sense of style. Usually she's walking around school dressed in a cute skirt or dress with heels. We wish Jaden all the best as she attends Liberty University, where she plans on majoring in elementary education. Jonathan Floyd. When I think about Jonathan, I think about fishing, farming, trucks, and America. But more importantly, I think about character. Jonathan has character in that he works very hard and always tries his best, even in classes where he did not enjoy the subject material or the amount of writing. He is always friendly and tells me hello when he sees me in the hall. Jonathan isn't perfect, but he is humble, and he takes responsibility for his actions. I have enjoyed teaching Jonathan, and I know he will be successful at whatever he puts his hand to. We wish Jonathan all the best as he attends GTCC for automotive maintenance. Hunter Fox. Hunter has always had a great sense of humor, even when Miss O picked on him, or made him spit out his chewing gum, or made him turn his sweatshirt inside out. I will always think of him when remembering school during the pandemic. 2 days a week, my history class only had 4 students: Hunter, Cameron Warren, Jonathan Floyd, and Nick Hurst. They played this alphabet game when we would finish the notes and classwork before class was over. And it was funny to hear some of the words Hunter came up with, like umbrella fish or zebra mussels and narwhal. Hunter has so much potential. He is smart, witty, and funny. I look forward to seeing what he becomes. We wish Hunter all the best at GTCC, where he is currently undecided. Parker Moy. Parker has always been good at history facts. The amount of facts that he knows is astounding. Writing, on the other hand, is not his favorite. However, I've always been impressed by his ability to give his opinion and then quietly listen to the other side's argument. They say it takes courage to stand up and speak, but it also takes courage to sit and listen, even when you do not agree with what is being argued. We need more patient and intelligent listeners like Parker. We wish him all the best at NCSU, where he plans to major in mechanical engineering. Gabriel West. Gabriel West is a very kind young man. I remember during a Zoom meeting with just me during the pandemic, Gabriel confessed to having trouble giving 100% to his work while at home. I remember encouraging him, but also being proud of him for setting high standards for himself. We all had trouble giving 100% from home during the pandemic, but Gabriel recognized it and wanted to change it. Gabe is also an avid soccer lover. He was on this year's team when NCLA claimed the conference title. I'm so proud of him and look forward to seeing the path he chooses for his future. We wish him the best at NCSU, where he plans on majoring in business management.
Abigail Brannon. Inquisitive, hardworking, a loyal and faithful friend, a person who does not compromise her personal morals, integrity, and beliefs. These are just a few of the adjectives used to describe Abby. Abby, you have a heart for people and ministry through song and music. As you sing to and for the Lord, there may be times in your life where you struggle to do so due to life's hardships. It is in these times that I encourage you to recall Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord himself, Abby, is rejoicing over you with singing. I have no doubts that you will accomplish your dream of making the world more beautiful. We all at the NCLA wish you health, prosperity, and joy as you pursue your studies in cosmetology at Leon's Beauty School. And Abby, siempre te recordaré. Karsten Hume-Latham. Students talk among themselves, and teachers listen. I have only ever heard positive and admirable things in words describing Karsten. Humble, kind, caring, and generous are just a few. These characteristics are magnetic, and they draw people to you. In the words of Buddha, a generous heart, kind speech, and compassion are the things which renew humanity. I am comforted and hopeful as you, Karsten, go out into this world with your generosity of spirit and your humility. You will be a world changer. May this new chapter of your life bring you peace, joy, and fulfillment. All of us at the NCLA wish you success as you pursue your dream of becoming a physical therapist by majoring in exercise science and sports medicine at Appalachian State University. Amelia Maxey. Amelia always carries herself with grace, confidence, and humility. Anyone who knows her can tell you she is passionate about her family, her friends, justice, hockey player Andrei Svechnikov, Harry Styles, and her books. Amelia once revealed to me that a trait she is most proud of is her ability to ask for help. Some may perceive this as a weakness, but truthfully, it is a sign of courage, inner strength, and self-awareness, which will connect you to others, face future life challenges, and surpass any obstacle that comes your way. May this new phase of life bring you success, happiness, and prosperity. All of us at the NCLA Wish you joy and fulfillment as you pursue your dream job of working in sports and communications, particularly with Carolina Hurricanes or the Carolina Panthers, while attending Forsyth Technical Community College. Juliana Peters. Your smile, optimism, and positivity are contagious, and these are traits that are so needed in the world today. I'm thrilled that you will be going to Costa Rica this summer and able to practice your Spanish skills in a real and meaningful way. Your artistic talents are a gift, and I know your dream is to share the gospel and reach people through your artwork. On this journey, you may experience periods of self-doubt or insecurity, but be reminded of Ephesians 2:10. For you, Juliana, are God's artwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for you to do. I believe you will color the world and brighten the world. May peace, health, success, and happiness accompany you as you study graphic design at Guilford Technical Community College.
Olivia Brown. Olivia is an empathetic, caring, and thoughtful student. She is acutely self-aware as well as aware of the world around her, and she truly wants to make it a better place. I've watched her be a fierce and loyal friend. I enjoyed working with her on her senior research project, where she focused on the stigma of seeking treatment for mental illness within particular communities. Asking for help can be hard. I'm glad she asked me for help and let me mentor her. I know her passion and her major will be psychology. Olivia will be attending High Point University to study psychology and plans on utilizing her degree to support her community. She plans on giving back. In this determination, heart, and vision that she has for herself, that I know for some, asking for help will be less hard to do because they will be able to ask Olivia. Congratulations. Dylan Coltrane. I'm going to say something a bit different with Dylan. I'm going to let his own words speak for him, because I believe what young people say about others speaks volumes about themselves. Last year I had his class write letters on themes, one of which was gratitude, and Dylan wrote to his parents. He wrote, "You guys are awesome. I'm so glad you could pass on great values and beliefs while still letting me keep my own open mind and free spirit. I'm grateful for you and the gift of life I've been provided. I will make sure to use it to the greatest potential and return the favor one day. I will use it to make as big of an impact I can, whether that be on just you guys, the community, or even more. Think of my gift of life as an investment for your own. It will all come back to you, I promise." Dylan is going to Guilford Tech, and he is currently undecided, but I know that whatever he decides to do, it will come back to us because he promised. Catherine Rich Francisco. This will sound like an election slogan, but I could count on Catherine. I could count on her in English during our hybrid year. Whenever we were in the classroom because of scheduling, it was often just us two. I could count on her when we were remote. She was always on the meet, always had the camera on, always smiling, always lit, always listening, always sitting up, ready to go. And many times we got guest cameo appearances from relatives. I was thrilled she took on the challenge of AP Lit this year because I needed her in my classroom, because I knew I could count on her. I value and adore her paper cutting art, her charity and service, her unparalleled work ethic, her calm demeanor, and her unflappable patience. And I value and will miss, most of all, her smile, which I could always count on and see in her eyes, even when she was wearing a mask. All of these attributes will serve her well when she goes on to study psychology at Appalachian State. You can count on it. Congratulations. Okay. James Garner. I knew I was going to like James from the day I met him. He's gregarious and outgoing. He's serious, but doesn't take himself too seriously. He has great taste in music and movies. He built an amazing and actually truly useful website for a senior project that would help underclassmen better understand the college application process. It's so good, I'm planning on putting up a link to it next year in my classroom. We once did an assignment where the class could pick from something like 50 great songs and do a poetic analysis of it, but he was like, here's my impression. Mr. Huxley, these are all great, but can I please do mine on Pink Floyd's Time from Dark Side of the Moon? Have you heard of it? Yes, James, I've heard of it. He's a critical thinker, he's always utterly positive, he's outgoing and gracious, which is a potent combo, and James will be attending NC State to pursue a degree in engineering. Good luck to you, James. Gavin Carter. I feel like we should have had Gavin and his buddy James up here together. I'd say they're like Batman and Robin, but they're more like Batman and Batman. They're equally awesome, but we're going to let Gavin stand out on his own today. Many of Gavin's peers might describe him as quiet because he doesn't talk as much as his classmates. I beg to differ, he's not quiet, he's stoic. Some people just talk, Gavin speaks with gravitas, great weight and conviction. He listens and he thinks, and when he does offer up a comment to contribute to class discussion, it almost always results in a round of applause. Gavin has earned applause for an astute comment on multiple occasions this year. I'm not exaggerating, I'm not kidding, actual applause for academic thought from teenagers. And Gavin will be attending NC State studying marine biology, and I applaud him myself.
Ellie Brewer. In AP biology, we discuss that the point of eating is to chase away the chaos. The order and complexity of life is only possible through energy coupling, which is only possible by the breakdown of food. But the food that we eat, the activity level that we engage in, and the mental outlook that we have deeply impact that quality of life. Our body is a tabernacle, best to care for it. Ellie makes the hard choices to grow herself academically and makes a point to be mindfully present in class. She is easygoing and has a personality that exudes positivity. Ellie's commitment to health and fitness is a testament to her celebration of life. Help me in congratulating Ellie Brewer on her continued journey to study exercise science at Guilford Technical Community College. David Truby. No water, no life. No blue, no green. Mark Costello, a marine biologist, referred to the ocean as a big, dark refrigerator. So places like coral reefs that are architecturally elaborate are important for maintaining biodiversity. Biodiversity is the web of life that sustains all processes on Earth and that also sustains us. David is a talented, driven young man that is also humble in his achievements. He would also make time to wish me a good afternoon after every class. His pairing of talent with non-cognitive skills makes him an effective force for good. Environmental issues are deeply complex, but I am hopeful that we can maintain biodiversity both on land and in the water with the support and talent of David Truby. Help me in congratulating David Truby on his continued journey to study marine biology at Coastal Carolina University. Breathe in. It seems the human condition to try and understand ourselves by understanding our place in the universe. Carl Sagan once said, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself." Having curious students like Bree to help search for these answers brings the universe closer to potential enlightenment. Bree is someone who seeks to define herself by her own standards. She has a maturity that comes from being aware of other people's feelings. She appreciates the beauty in this world and has a flair that is all her own. Help me in congratulating Bree Bam on her continued journey to study astronomy and biology at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro.
Ian Arnold. Ian has pulled it all together these last few years and has started to believe in and challenge himself. His interests have led him to a future focused on juggling customers, workers, change orders, workmanship issues, weather delays, and supplies. His level-headed, calm demeanor will serve him well as he pursues the path of construction management at East Carolina University this fall. We wish you the best and we'll miss you next year. Jackson Sanza. Jackson is the consummate people person. He loves to meet new people, and uses his humor, warmth, and caring nature to foster productive relationships with all he meets. He remembers the little things about people and is so easy to be around. These soft skills come naturally to him, and combined with his intelligence and fabulous work ethic, he is sure to be successful in his study and practice of human development and family studies at UNC Chapel Hill. Your imagination, fearlessness, and willpower exemplify the Green Lantern superhero and will make you a wonderful advocate for kids, families, or the community, whichever you choose. We wish you the best and we'll miss you next year. Matthew Ronich. Matthew, you're my Iron Man. You're brilliant, detail-oriented, a thinker, and strong. You take it all in and assemble information in your mind. Your suit of armor is the engineering skills you will gain, which will enable you to design machines, devices, or even prosthetics to help others. And over time, you'll gain a little bit more of the extrovert and confidence that Tony Stark displays. Matthew will begin his study of mechanical engineering at GTCC. We wish you the best and we'll miss you next year. William Lee. William is the Clark Kent of my students. He's leaped incredible bounds in all academic areas, and his selfless dedication to helping struggling students in our department has not gone unnoticed. His unassuming and mild-mannered demeanor is easily overshadowed by others, but his actions show us how much he cares about helping people. William will attend NC State this fall to study biomedical engineering, which may involve designing and using software or technology to create devices and equipment for medical patients. William, it's been a pleasure to teach you and to know you, and I'll miss you next year. Nora Wood. Nora's interest and compassion lie in linking the environment to our health. She pays attention to her surroundings and the people with whom she interacts, and uses the information she gains to further her pursuit of her goals. And just like her mad math skills, her power lay dormant for a while, but now shines brightly for everyone to see. The links she observes or discovers, along with the changes for which she advocates, will make us all a little safer. Nora, you're one of our protectors, which makes you Wonder Woman. Nora will attend UNC Chapel Hill this fall to study environmental health and science, and will miss your smiling face next year.
Mr. Hextall is unfortunately unable to be with us today, but I have the privilege of speaking on his behalf. Kylie Jackson. Poet Chris Jamie said, "The funny thing about the heart is a soft heart is a strong heart, and a hard heart is a weak heart. Your soft-spokenness sometimes masks your amazing sense of humor, but you have always displayed kindness and compassion. We have shared laughs, rants, and random news in 7th period, and you bring the same breath of fresh air to each. You have listened to your peers without judgment and offered sage advice that indicates a wisdom well beyond your years. I only ask that you maintain those same qualities as you matriculate to UNC Charlotte to study social work. Your skills as a listener and your drive to do what's right ensure that you will not only be an asset in that field, but a great friend to anyone fortunate enough to meet you." Shania Miles. From the moment I met you, you have overflowed with life and authenticity. Your outspokenness constantly kept me on my toes, but over the course of a year, I learned that behind that resilient and independent exterior is someone deeply caring and empathetic. I have seen the power of literature awaken in you when you advocated for or admonished fictional characters as if they were real friends or enemies. Whether discussing baking or biology, you feel and see the world through a unique lens and immerse yourself wholeheartedly in everything you do. Stay true to yourself, remember the power of your words, and continue to follow your dreams. I know you will do phenomenally at Winston-Salem State University. Ryan Shapiro. In many ways, you are an enigma. I pride myself on being able to read people, but you have consistently surprised me with not only your intelligence and wit, but your humility. In a society that increasingly popularizes narcissism, it is refreshing to see someone so talented, yet so modest. Your senior project video was extremely well produced, yet you dismissed it with, "You can watch it if you want," as if it were a PowerPoint with too many transitions. No offense to anyone less technologically inclined. With both that skill set and your humble nature, I have no doubt that UNCW is welcoming an extraordinary student into their computer science program. Cameron Warren. I knew you were different when you preferred Grendel more than Beowulf. Although we read the novel in September, those moments were clear and early indicators of your values. As I listened to you make assertions and defend them without ever raising your voice or becoming disrespectful, I saw the qualities of a leader. You listened to opposing arguments, made your rebuttals, but stayed true to your beliefs. You recognized the humanity of a monster, yet you believed in accountability. You possess many traits I admire. You are naturally inquisitive, you often seek to understand things beyond the surface level, and you take criticism in stride. Regardless of what you pursue at UNC Charlotte, you will accomplish amazing things.
Tamara Anderson. One of the first things I learned about Camry was that she wasn't afraid to use her voice. She can be quiet and gentle outwardly, but when it comes to using her written voice, she is fierce on paper. I learned more about her in those first weeks of school, reading her writing, than I could have imagined. Take risks, Camry. Don't be afraid to use that clear and confident voice. I have a great amount of respect and admiration for Camry's intellect, dedication to the betterment of our school, and her gentle way of seeing the world. I will always be grateful that you made the move to NCLA to challenge yourself, your peers, and to keep our classroom discussions meaningful. We will miss you, and we wish you well as you begin your studies in pre-diabetics with clinical emphasis at Brigham Young University. Callie Faust. I have learned so much about Callie over the years, but what I have learned from Callie has been invaluable. Let me present you with a fact, one I'm sure Callie has told me at some point. Snails do not change shells when they grow up. Instead, the shells grow along with them. The size of the shell of the snail reflects its age. Callie, we are your shell. We have grown up with you. We have seen you go from the funny, eager freshman to the cool, confident senior. Your shell will only continue to grow larger in the years due to all of your impeccably timed jokes, from your passions to Dungeons and Dragons to Stardew Valley. We will miss you and we wish you the best as you begin your studies in psychology at Forsyth Technical Community College. Catherine Meehan. To quote the prolific young adult writer Stephanie Meyer, about 3 things I am absolutely certain. First, Catherine is an artist. Second, there's a part of her that will forever love and approve of all things Taylor Swift. And third, I am unconditionally and irrevocably certain that she will do great things. Over the past 4 years, I've seen Catherine grow into a strong, confident young woman. I will miss her beautiful renditions of the national anthem. They give me goosebumps every time. Her dry and often subtle humor that always made my day, and her ability to confidently form infallible prose when under pressure, even if you won't admit it. You have such a powerful voice, and I know you will continue to find ways to use it through your writing and your singing. We will miss you, and we wish you well as you begin your studies in neuroscience at NC State University. Kiana Satterwhite. Nearly every day her freshman year, Kiana came in with a smile on her face, and when she saw I looked tired or stressed or exhausted because I teach freshmen, she would say, "Miss Kerr, you look like you need a hug." Those few words were enough to turn my day around and always reminded me that kindness always finds you when you need it. Kiana is kindness, empathy, and caring embodied. She will always go out of her way to make sure you're feeling your best, and if you're not, she'll do whatever she can to turn it around. She's just sunshine. I'm so grateful to have seen her grow into such a beautiful, wonderful young woman, and we will miss you, and we wish you all the best as you begin your studies in biology at UNC Greensboro. Emma Ware. Woo! Emma has asked me a single question over the course of the last 4 years, and I think I'm finally prepared to answer it today, but not quite yet. Emma is versatile. She's a quick wit in the classroom, a beast on the volleyball court, and oftentimes a much-needed voice of reason. Watching her versatility on the court this year made me realize something about her that I hadn't quite understood. Emma, you're not afraid to take a risk and go for the long shot. I know English was not your favorite discipline, but you took that shot, you showed up, and you showed out. I am confident in saying that you should and will continue to take risks, challenge yourself, and go for the goal because I know you can do it. Oh, answer to that question? Emma is the best where I have ever taught. We will miss you and we wish you the best as you begin your pre-med studies at the University of Cincinnati.
Nadia McCoy. The word ambitious is defined as having a strong desire to do or to achieve something. It's a quality of which you'll find in abundance in Nadia. Over the course of the past few years, I watched Nadia fight tooth and nail to see that her dreams and her goals come to fruition. From her writing more essays than I've probably written in my entire life, to attending overnight orientations, interviews, and to applying for seemingly every honors college that she could, Nadia has worked tirelessly, and yet I cannot recall a single time that she came into my classroom without a smile on her face. The optimism and effort she's put forth this year and every year has been nothing short of inspirational, and I know that Nadia can make it anywhere that she chooses to go. We want to wish her all the best as she continues her journey at NC State in the fall, where she'll be majoring in biochemistry.
Kayla Satterwhite.
Social activist Thomas Merton once said that humility is the surest sign of strength. To be kind, to be humble, and to grow in positivity and passion are all of the things that I've watched Kayla do and be over the many years that I've known her. Kayla can be subtle and she can be quiet and contemplative, but when she has a mind to be, Kayla can be an outspoken realist who is openly aware of her strengths, her goals, her passions, and yes, even her weaknesses, though I've never seen them stop her from trying new things or pushing past an obstacle. I've watched her power through problems, think critically about objectives, and know when the time was right to pause, appreciate her efforts, and continue forward. She has always been a delight to have in my room, and although she will be missed, I know she is destined for great things. We wish her well on the journeys ahead as she goes forth to study sociology at UNC Cincinnati. Hannah Small. For the past 8 years, I've had the privilege of teaching here at the NCLA, and for 7 of those years, Hannah has been a welcome presence in my classroom. Committing yourself to 7 years of anything that you're passionate about not only shows great commitment, but it also shows how much you're willing to embrace an opportunity to grow. Hannah has always embraced opportunity in my classroom. She's never said no to a challenge. She's never said no to helping a peer, and she has certainly never said no to trying something new. It's her flexibility, her dependability, and her persistence that I know will guide her well throughout her college years and beyond. The world is surely a more beautiful, creative place with Hannah in it, and I wish her only the best as she attends NC State in the fall for exploratory studies.
Maya Brewer. I taught Maya when she was in 6th grade. We started that year off at the Summit before moving into the Nest. She was on the track team as a freshman, where she was only one of 5 girls on the team and part of the greatest girls relay team in school history. And this year she was in my philosophy class. As I've watched Maya grow over the years, one thing remains constant. She's soft-spoken and kind-hearted. As Stephen Hawking once said, quiet people have the loudest minds. She'll be using that kind heart and loud mind when she goes to GTCC to study early childhood development. Tyler Haynes. Tyler was a voice of reason this year in a philosophy class that could sometimes get into heated debates. As a class discussion was raging on, Tyler was sitting on the front row close to me, and in a low voice, I would hear him make the most rational, common sense comment about what we were talking about, but that no one else thought to say. Not everyone got to hear the points that he made, because being heard by everyone is not his goal, but I heard. Sigmund Freud said, the voice of reason is small, but persistent. Persistence and common sense, paired with his intelligence, will go a long way next year at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Elena Pascavage. I met Lainey last year when I would be in Miss O's room after lunch and she was coming to class. We had an instant connection because she used to go to a school where I taught her uncle. And I loved her bright personality. But it wasn't until this year that I truly got to know her. Not only is she extremely smart and kind-hearted, she loves to talk about things that are important and relevant. There were so many times that she would come up to me in the hallway with her phone in hand to show me some news story that related to something we were talking about in philosophy and say, should we talk about this today? She wasn't doing it to get the class off topic or to prevent us from doing work. She wanted to talk about the important things because she cares about what's going on in the world and she cares about other people. That ability to care will carry her far as she moves on to East Carolina University to study special education. Scott Stanley. When Scott was in 6th grade, I noticed that he was always asking questions. I assumed it was because he really liked history, but I've come to learn that it was because he really likes asking questions. That's a good thing, though. It shows his desire to learn and listen. In speech and debate this year, that desire to learn had not gone away. When we were discussing potential debate topics, the class always wanted to debate the hot topics. And when we settled on one, I would ask, who wants to argue the affirmative side? Who wants to argue the negative? Scott said to me once, I don't care which side I argue for, I just want to win the debate. He was able to do this because even though he had strong opinions, he was not afraid of hearing opposing views. This open-mindedness and desire to learn will do him well as he goes on to study political science at NC State University. Calvin Zollinger. Calvin has the ability to bring a smile to people's faces. His classmates sometimes look to him to lighten the mood and say something funny during the school day, and he never disappoints. As Charles Dickens says, there is nothing in the world as irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. But Calvin's more than just comic relief. He's a smart guy and a straight-A student. I learned something from Calvin this year. When I was searching for a new topic in class one day, he introduced me to the field of philosophy known as environmental aesthetics. Of course, he was just doing this to convince me to take the class out to the pond. The very pond that he would go fish at sometimes when he was supposed to be in the study hall. I wish Calvin the best of luck.
Haley Frias. Haley has such a true, beautiful, and loving heart. She has a quiet, yet powerful confidence and deep sense of who she wants to be and what values she wants to work to uphold. Haley cares deeply about her relationships and has a truly gentle and nurturing demeanor, which makes her so easy to talk to and feel comfortable with. It has been a distinct honor to see this girl grow into the woman that she is. Haley will bring so much kindness, compassion, and deep caring into the world just by being herself. We all wish her so much success as she enters the workforce next year to be a caretaker for newborns and infants. McKenna Porto. When I think of McKenna, I think of a woman who is, simply put, filled to the brim with life. McKenna exudes such joy, fervor, and gratitude for what she has. She approaches every day with optimism, positivity, and a will to maintain her inner happiness. Even in times of struggle, I have seen McKenna always persevere and pursue that intense love of her life and protection of her joy. McKenna's beautiful spirit promotes an all-encompassing loveliness about her that can't be described in words alone. I am so deeply honored to know this incredible woman and to have been her teacher. We wish her so much success as she goes on to Appalachian State University to pursue a degree in marketing. Elissa Seegers. Elissa is a bright and shimmering beacon of radiant light in this world. She loves so fiercely and passionately without any reservation or judgments. Elissa is the epitome of caretaker, open-minded, empathetic, and compassionate. She feels and experiences everything so deeply, and with that comes an incredible capacity to not just accept, but to celebrate and love all people for exactly who they are. What a precious gift that is, and what a precious gift she is, in this world that can sometimes seem quite dark. Elissa, go out into this world and spread that beautiful energy of your spirit. You are an inspiration to me and to so many. We all wish you so much success as you go on to Brevard College to study psychology. Jaden Truby. Jaden, one initial thought comes to my mind: watch out, world. Jaden is a passionate, fierce, empathetic, and incredibly intelligent woman. She is strong and courageous, and she knows deeply and fights beautifully and peacefully for the world she knows we are capable of being. Jaden is so full of hope and verve. She's on fire for doing and being the best human being possible, both for herself and for this world. What a truly beautiful spirit you have, Jaden. I am so deeply proud of you. We all wish you so much success as you go on to study political science and English at Davidson College in the fall.
London Carter. London, it has been such a privilege to be your teacher and senior mentor this year. In getting to know you, I discovered that you have great people skills, that you love true crime podcasts, and that you are a great writer. It's clear from our conversations, your work ethic, and your actions that you are ready to rise to any challenges that come your way. Once you set your mind on a goal, you are someone who isn't afraid to put in the hard work to achieve it. I hope as you move forward and continue to succeed that you always remain curious, open to learning new things, and most of all, true to yourself. We at NCLA wish you all the best with your studies at Appalachian State University and in applying the law in the near future. Gianna Garzoni. Gianna, I have really enjoyed getting to know you over the past school year. It is clear that you are a very inquisitive and hardworking individual, both inside and outside of the classroom. You consistently helped your classmates, didn't hesitate to ask questions, and you were always glad to dive right into whatever lab we were doing in anatomy. As you move forward to study sonography at Forsyth Technical Community College, I hope that you stay inquisitive, that you take advantage of any and all opportunities that come your way, and most of all, that you be happy. You are going to accomplish amazing things in your program, and I am so proud to have been a part of your education here at NCLA.
Graduates, I hope you take with you not only the academic lessons that you've learned from the NCLA, but those of self-reliance, kindness, and hard work. In the words of Maya Angelou, I encourage you to live with life. Be courageous, adventurous, and give us a tomorrow more than we deserve. Seniors, please rise. It is my honor and privilege, and by the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina, I now pronounce you graduates of the North Carolina Leadership Academy. You may now turn your tassels. Please be seated, and please direct your attention to the video that was created by Mr. Gonzalez and his photography and video editing classes.
life I make. I don't need a holiday to make me feel this way. Listen up, take a chance, you can sing, you can dance, you can live like there's no tomorrow. Give it time and you'll find there's a rule, there's a rhyme, move along and the rest will follow. I want you to know, oh yeah, we shine like stars. Oh yeah, we shine like stars, like What are we waiting for? It seems we still want more. No one can take away the dreams we have today. Yeah, you can go with the flow, don't you see, don't you know there's a light, let it burn inside you. You can shout, let it out, not a care, not a doubt, this is it, let the moment guide you. I want you to know, oh yeah, we shine like stars. Oh yeah, we shine like stars, like we shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine. But here we go now. We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine like stars. We shine, oh yeah, we shine like stars. Oh yeah, we shine like stars, like stars.
You will be missed. Junior marshals, please take your positions. Graduates, please rise.
Yeah.